Hello, YouTube family. Is this working? I think it is. Okay, so I'm going to just do a vlog right now about grief and relationships and just random thoughts. You might have noticed I haven't been posting a lot lately. My brother unexpectedly died a month ago yesterday. We found out about it a month ago tomorrow. I think in the future I'll probably share more about it. It was very tragic and awful and horrible. And things I've learned in this experience are sometimes things are horrible and they're just horrible and you can't make them any less horrible. And me as a healer and someone who likes to fix things and help, I'm not used to that. I'm used to being able to at least do something to make it better. But alas, I cannot. I could probably do things to make it worse, like act like a jerk, but my goal, it's hot. I'm not going to open the door. Mosquitoes on the East Coast. My goal is to always try to smooth the paths and make things better as much as possible. Something else I've learned is patience, because there's a lot of mystery about my brother's death and a lot of things that don't make sense. And we'll never really know. And every week there's something new that makes it make less sense and different mysteries about this. And I will never really know until I can just ask him. And I'm not in this Karis body either. So that's hard. But this vlog is actually about relationships. So it's interesting because I had been dating a little bit right before this happened, and I did go on the apps, which I don't usually do, but I figured I'm not going out to meet anyone because I'm still staying kind of low profile because of the pandemic. So there's the only way I'm going to meet people. So I did, and I went on a few dates, and everyone was really nice. I definitely was glad about my choice of human, but I just didn't feel a sizzle with anyone. So I actually shut down my apps and said goodbye to everyone who I'd been chatting with and said, I think I'm gonna, peace out and not really date for a second, about a week before my brother died, which was great because as me and my mom were driving across country, I was thinking to myself how actually grateful I was to not be trying to form a relationship with anyone, and to not be worried about how someone else was feeling, just to be able to be in my feelings and my emotions, be messy, be sad or angry or frustrated or whatever, and not have to worry about, because I feel like, me at least, the kind of woman that I am, I do like to be someone's peace. I do like to be their cushion and their zone of safety and loving nourishment, and I was just not in that place. And so that was nice. However, as time has gone on now, I'm thinking, it would be really nice to have someone around to just like give me really tight hugs. It would be really nice to have someone to like remind me to eat, or make sure that I'm eating nourishing foods and not just grabbing whatever I can get and forgetting to eat, because grief, at least in my experience, grief makes me not hungry. I keep wiping my face because when I sweat, I get a sweat mustache and a sweat goatee, if you're wondering what I'm doing. It would be really nice to have someone tell me that they loved me and tell me that I was doing a good job, because I feel like I'm definitely in the support role in this situation, because my mom lost her only son, and I'm with her a lot, helping her through this, and her grief is more than mine. I lost a brother, but she lost a son, and goes against nature. And it would be lovely to have someone to support me. So it's interesting how at first I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm glad that I'm not dating anyone. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I can see how that would be nice. I can see how it would be good to not have to be the one standing strong and taking care of everyone else, and actually having someone take care of me a little bit. So that's one thing. Also a thought that I wanted to share with you guys, and this is something that I know a lot of people think about. I've felt this way before in the past, and it's when someone in your life is going through something griefful, like a death or something really bad, and you don't know what to say, because I can intuitively feel people maybe wanting to reach out, but not knowing what to say, or knowing that nothing they can say is really adequate, because nothing you can say is adequate. Sometimes there's nothing to say other than, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of you, care about you, love you. But this is what I'll say on behalf of me and other people I've talked to about this, is if you have a friend or someone in your life that you care about who goes through something awful and you don't know what to say, don't say nothing. Radio silence hurts more. So you can even say, I don't know what to say, but I love you and I'm thinking about you. You're in my prayers and praying for you. Something like that is better than just nothing. At least in my opinion and the people who I know. Giving advice, not so good. Saying how you handled a similar situation, or saying, trying to lift someone up with your words, that's a little bit dicier because sometimes that ends up having the opposite effect in my experience. Sometimes when people have tried to give me advice, it has sent me down farther rather than lifting me up higher. But just a simple little, I'm thinking of you, I love you. There are a lot of people who say, if you need anything, let me know. Sometimes that's nice because sometimes I do need stuff, but generally it's not that I necessarily need anything, or I wouldn't necessarily be comfortable asking for anything because of the mental state that I've been in. But I can say if someone's going through grief, and this is a very grief-filled time in the world, so 'tis better to reach out and say, thinking of you, love you, don't necessarily know what to say, but know that you're in my heart, than just not saying anything. By far, that option is better. So okay, yeah, I'm sending y'all love, reminding y'all to be kind to each other. Something I find myself saying over and over through this whole process and through all the things happening in the world right now and how people are being so polarized and they have different opinions about stuff is the world is supposed to be made up of many different kinds of people. Everyone shouldn't be the same. Every ecosystem isn't the same. Every culture isn't the same. Every faith isn't the same. Every orientation isn't the same. And there are people who are going through stuff that other people really don't understand. Like if you're very good with your gender identification, you might not understand people who are non-binary. You don't have to understand them. You don't have to be non-binary to be good and call people whatever they want to be called. But I see a lot of people, if someone feels different than them and they can't understand where they're coming from, polarizing and like pushing them out. And we're supposed to be different. This is the other thing I found myself saying. Life is hard enough in the hard times when we're all working together. Believe me, the challenges will freaking find you when it's your time to go through challenges. So if we love each other and band together and support each other, being different, having different beliefs, having different faiths, having different understandings of what we think in the world, if we still support each other, I just don't see why we wouldn't. I don't see why we wouldn't make it safe for everyone to be who they are. I don't see why we wouldn't give everyone autonomy over themselves because it's not our decision to make what other people do with their bodies. I just sometimes, especially when I'm in a grief space like lately, it just boggles my mind how people don't treat each other with love. I just don't get it. But that's me and that's my struggle. So thank you for listening. That is the vlog. My Patreon is still going on. I've taken a little hiatus, obviously, because I haven't been in a space to create much content. But I'm slowly getting back into it, bit by bit. Like I said, we're at a month right now, and I'm starting to feel my instructor mind come back on. I'm opening up a mindfulness course in the near future, the next couple weeks, because I want to be teaching something I'm in a space to teach. And mindfulness has really helped me a lot through this process. Just mindfulness techniques that I've picked up over the years. And some of them I've taught before, some of them I haven't. But when it's something like grief, like I said, there's nothing you can do to really fix it. You can just sit through it and try not to do any more damage to yourself or others in moments when you're impatient or sad or mad or frustrated or exhausted or whatever. So I'm gonna get in and out of this hot car. You guys probably see my hair sticking to me. It's hot, but I didn't want the car while I was recording this. Thank you for watching. Also, just putting this out here, anyone who is unkind to me or anyone else in the comment section of any of my social media, I will delete and block. The way I think about it is, this is my space, my room, my home digitally. So if someone speaks to me in a way or speaks to other people in a way that I wouldn't invite you into my home, I don't let you in my social media space. And I think that's fair. I think a lot of people feel very brazen sometimes when they are anonymous on the internet, but I'm not anonymous on the internet. So I treat people I interact with on the internet the way that I treat people in my actual physical space. And if you're being abusive or hateful and I wouldn't let you in my house, I'm not gonna let you in my online space. So disclaimer. Anyway, sending y'all love wherever you may be. If you're having a beautiful, lovely, wonderful time in life right now,